Hey, y'all, come on in for just a second. I ain't gonna keep you long at all. Y'all, come on in for just a second. If everybody ain't watching CNN and the news, because it is definitely something to watch. I ain't gonna keep y'all long. I promise I'm not. Hey, Brianna Cook. Hey, lady. I always depend on you. Hey, Daddy Bill Block Pod. Hey, Ursula. Hey. Um, I know I was gonna go live tonight with something else, but I forgot about this video release. At 6 o'clock of Tyree Nichols. And those of you that aren't in Memphis, I'm pretty sure you guys have watched and have gotten caught up with everything that happened to this young man in the hands of Memphis Police Department. Um, it was hard to watch. It was really hard to watch. I have sons. I have a daughter, but I have sons. I have a grandson. I have cousins. I have a nephews, to see the things that they put this young man through from the first video, and I've been kind of on CNN and our local news and, back and forth. It's very difficult to watch, and just to see. I was angry at the police for how they were doing him. But I think I got even more pissed off with the paramedics. I mean, they stood there when they got there and did absolutely nothing. They didn't do anything. The two that were there, that were suspended, and in just me, I would want them charged as well. Whatever those police got charged for, I would want the paramedics charged as well. They took an oath as well, just like the police did. And they sat there and they only thing I saw them doing was flashing, putting a flashlight in his face. I'm like, what in the hell? They not trying to assist. The police constantly walking over them. I mean, they high-fiving, and I was hitting them with them haymakers. I mean, they bragging. He calling for his mom, and what your mama gonna do? And I mean, they taunting him. And as a mother, as a human, that is difficult to watch. And just listening to some of the doctors and people on CNN, because I've kind of been on it today since it came on, and nobody said stop. Nobody said that's enough. Man, he's had enough. And then to let him sit there 20, 30 minutes with none assisting him at all. And one of the people on CNN was like, that one first kick to the head, it was very uncalled for, but you didn't have to do anything after that. I mean, they picked him up and they sucker punching and then uppercutting him, and, for what? He in handcuffs. What can he do? This somebody daddy. This somebody brother. This somebody's son. And cried out for his mama 3 times. 3 times. Because he, 100 yards from the house? 3 times. Yes, I ain't got my damn glasses on. I can't see. Somebody, McNutt, I think that's your name. Hold on, I gotta put these glasses on because I can't see them little ass words. Hold on. Joyce McNutt. Yes, CNN was unedited. They were unedited. And they showed everything. And, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't. Mary Clark, we had a young man here January the 7th that was stopped by Memphis police. Um, he didn't understand. They were on some type of unit, as far as what I've been understanding, called the Scorpion Unit. And they said he was reckless driving. However, when they pulled him over and got him out of the car, he didn't understand. He was like, what did I do? What did I do? But at this point, they had already thrown him on the ground, and one officer tased him or whatever. He didn't understand what was going on because they were so aggressive already with him. And they hit him on the ground, they tased him. Somewhere or another, he got away. He left his car, he got away. He was real close to home, maybe like a mile and a half from home. So he ran, trying to get home. They caught up with him, and they pretty much they beat him to death. They beat him to death, and the Sky camera caught it. Some of their police cameras caught it. And then they started making excuses about he high on something. He threw something away. You know, that was a good kid. That was a good kid. And I say kid because he's 29. He was a man and he was a father, but he was a good kid. It just it breaks my heart. It was like no compassion for his life. They had no compassion for his life. The first kick to his head as he's on the ground, that guy came with force. Like he was kicking a football goalie and kicked him dead in the head. Then kicked him again. They handcuffed him. They picked him up off the ground. Constant going back swinging. One guy came running up out of another police car. He came and just kicked him. I don't know where he kicked him at, but he kicked him in chest, head, something. Then another guy with one of the sticks. They done pepper sprayed him twice. They done tased him. How much can a human body take? It is really, 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 really sad. And to tell that his mother has a heart and compassion. She's angry that they killed her son, but she has also said in an interview that she's praying for the police officers' families for what they are putting them through. I don't know if I can have that kind of heart. And I done watched somebody beat my child like that. I just don't think I could be that compassionate and open and forgiving. I just don't. And it's just keeping it real. I just don't. Just to watch that and know my son really didn't do anything. She said earlier that morning, she was taking out some chicken and he asked her what was she finna cook, and she said some sesame seed chicken because that was his favorite. And he was like, he was happy about it. He went to work. She said he used to love to skateboard. I guess he was getting off work coming home to eat dinner and never made it home. Yes, Oshita Wyatt. That's the part that really bothered me. He called for his mama 3 times because he was 100 yards from home. And it's just something when you in trouble or in pain or whatever, everybody think mama can make it right. Everybody think mama can make it right. If I call my mama and she get here, maybe they'll stop doing me like this. And one guy was like, what you call your mama for? What's she gonna do? And she can't help you. And just no regard for human life. The shit is really sad. It is heartbreaking. And George Floyd did the same thing, called his mama. Police brutality, you don't have to be white to do it. You don't have to be black to do it. People are out there just do not have good intentions. They don't have the heart. They don't have the compassion. They don't have the empathy. They don't sympathize. They don't understand, and you never know what then went on. They mad at, somebody missed their cheeseburger up and they want to come and fuck somebody off because of that. It is just really, really sad. Yes, Donna Mason, they were like a bunch of street thugs with badges. That's what they were. That's what they were. However, looking at this video, it was more than the five that was out there. Developing story just released. Um, Two sheriff officers were on the scene. The sheriff has suspended them because he wants to know, when did you get there? What did you do? What did you see? You know, to me, everybody that was there, them damn paramedics, they got the five police officers they said really took part. But them two paramedics just stood there and the police officers walking around about what they did. I was hitting them with them haymakers and, oh, my leg, I know I'm going to feel this shit tomorrow. And, hold them up. And, they ass need to get it. Them two paramedics that did absolutely nothing but stand there, they ass need to get it too. And if some sheriffs was there, they ass need to get it too. To me, everybody on the scene need to get it. To me, because you may not have hit, but you didn't stop either. You didn't tell them, hey, that's enough. I ain't see nobody on there holding them police officers back. Then after they beat him to a pulp in handcuffs, they pulled him and leaned him up on a car. And he was kind of disoriented, of course, because he's been beaten. He kept leaning. They'll come, scoot him up. Yes, Pam Watson, them paramedics stood over him for 20 minutes just looking. One of them bent down and was like, he was moaning, like he was, still trying to struggle and, probably make it home in his head. And the guy was like, you can't go nowhere, bro. You can't go nowhere. You can't go nowhere. Where the fuck is he going? Y'all see this man with knots out on his head? That mama said today in the interview with CNN when she got to that hospital to see her son, his head was big as a watermelon. His throat was swollen. His split from the swelling in his neck. I don't ever want to see my child like that. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I would just lose it. I would just lose it. Who gives you the right to take a human life? You didn't give that life, but you feel like you can take it. And this was a little kid. Not little as in short. He was skinny. He was thin. Yeah, his nose was broken in 3 different places. Sure was, Oshita Wyatt. She said his nose was like a S. They beat this boy to a pulp. He was helpless. It wasn't nothing he can do. It wasn't nothing he could do. I just want to come over here tonight to tell y'all, if you got kids, grandkids, nephews, cousins, whatever, love on your kids. And you can't say comply these days, because when you comply, you still get your ass beat. One of the officers, they just said, was like when he pulled that baton out, I'm going to baton the fuck at you. He already handcuffed on the ground. What is the use of batoning him? Y'all let your children know that you love them. That baby left home on January 7th and thought he would make it back to eat some chicken with his mother. He should be at home today eating dinner with his mother. Oh, Sheeta, I'll be praying for your deaf brother, because when they stop you, they don't know you're deaf. They just think you don't want to comply. So y'all pray for our folks. Pray for our folks. Pray for the city of Memphis, during this time. It's sad. It's a sad case. It's sad for anybody. I don't care. I care because he's black, because I have black sons, but he could have been white. He could have been Hispanic. He could have been green, blue, purple, red. To be beaten like that, it was just an overkill. It was an overkill to me. It's just like they broke his neck. They fucked that boy up. They messed him up. Ain't no doubt about it. They messed him up. And I was really thinking, oh, they're going to get this video. They're going to chop it up. They're going to make you believe what you want to believe. CNN had the unadulterated truth on this video, and it was unedited. And I'm sure they will play it over or whatever. And that lady kept saying when they were showing it, this is part 3, and I want to, after they beat him, let you guys know I'm not replaying it. It's constantly going. We got about 7 more minutes of it, but the paramedics just standing there, not doing anything. So let's pray for his family, Tyree's family, his siblings, his mother, his dad, and everybody, the FedEx family whom he worked with and everything, because nobody had nothing bad to say about him, so they got one of the Memphis bridges shut down with protesting, and everything. Right now it's still peaceful, and just hope that it stays that way, so yeah, Donna Mason, that poll caught it all. The lady said you ain't gonna see nothing, but that showed it all, how they did him. Sure did. That sky cam. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And I'm glad the city didn't try to cover it up and say it wasn't working or anything. So, and all cops aren't bad cops. I will say that. But there's some low down ass cops out there. They got that badge and they think they got the right. They think they God, So, y'all pray for the city of Memphis. Tyre Nichols, rest in heaven. His mother, Miss Nichols, his mother's name is Wells. Mr. and Mrs. Wells, I pray for y'all, sanity, your brother, your sister, I pray for y'all. And then Tyre has a son. So, yeah, they had body cam footage. Some of them did. Sometimes it's blurred out. Sometimes they'll get the camera, turn it up, but you heard them talking, kind of pretty much high-fiving each other about what they had did, So anyway, y'all, we love y'all. Mr. Junior is doing okay. I had a message from the King superstar, Johnny Dodson, but this is a little bit more important tonight, and my spirit kind of down. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of down watching this and what transpired with this man, So he started to lose consciousness, and they said his words began to be slurred on the scene. They finally brought the ambulance stretcher out, and another paramedic had to come on scene with a bag and start helping him, and everything. So I think by the time he got to the hospital, he probably was already dead, broken neck, your head swole up, nose broken 3 places, bruises everywhere on your body. They didn't give a fuck. They did not care. They did not give a fuck. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, But I hope they get the paramedics too. So we gonna keep watching. And see. The 2 sheriff officers that was on the scene, the sheriff here hadn't watched the video, but the video came out today. When they watched it, they saw the sheriff officers, the ones that was there, they asses on suspension. So the ones that was there didn't do nothing. I have no sympathy for them. I have no sympathy for none of their asses, really, because it didn't have to go that far. Regardless if he ran, or whatever, he didn't understand. He's asking, what did I do? What, turn around, what did I do? What did I do? Only thing he's trying to do is get home. What did I do? So they couldn't tell him, turn around, just tell him what he did, but y'all on a special unit, special force, and y'all trained to have this kind of aggression toward people, but you done got an innocent person. They probably ain't no telling how many times they done did this and they got caught. Who else have they roughed up to the point of being unrecognizable, or anything? And that person pulled through and made it and lied and said ain't no body cam footage or whatever. We don't know how many, So I'm gonna try to come on here tomorrow live with y'all buddy, because the King, Johnny Dawson, got a message for him. But at this given time, y'all pray for Memphis, pray for me. I'm gonna pray for y'all and pray for your children. All of us leave home and think we coming back, to the way things were. It don't always happen that way. So I love y'all and see y'all tomorrow.